How old is a case when it's considered new? This case I published on June 22, 2025. I don't know if it's new. Never imagine. This handsome young man in front of me. How horrible is it? He united his good brothers. A 23-year-old girl. Kidnapped to the wilderness. 8 hours of humiliation and violation. From torture to destruction. From pain to despair. A full 8 hours. No doubt stop. What's even more terrifying is that before the crime was committed, the two murderers drew up a detailed plan. A detailed murder plan. Not only does it include all the crime routes, there are various ways to kill people. There is even a way to finally dispose of the body. Follow Donkey Brother to investigate the case. Refreshing and good for eating. Date set on June 17, 2020. The location is located in Chengdu Theater, Xianyang City, Shaanxi Province. That morning, a couple with panicked looks. Entering the gate of Chengdu police station. They reported that a woman named Enmei has been missing for several days. No one answered the phone. The information has been lost and the whereabouts have become a mystery. The informants were Enmei and her boyfriend Wang. According to Wang, on June 3, he and Enmei went to Xi'an. However, soon after arriving, Enmei suddenly left. No news since then. The phone is also turned off. Family and friends searched everywhere. It's been more than half a month, but it's still not over. Finally decided to seek help from the police. After receiving the report, the police quickly intervened in the investigation. However, a question immediately emerged. A young and beautiful adult woman. Missing for half a month. Why did his family delay reporting the case to the police? Facing police questioning, the two informants looked embarrassed. The long-standing hatred finally revealed the truth. Turn out to be 23-year-old Enmei has been working in entertainment venues for a long time. Complex social circle. Frequent interactions with the opposite sex. Even occasionally working part-time as a software and hardware engineer. In view of these special circumstances, they chose to partially conceal. So where is Enmei? Given that Wang and Enmei traveled to Xi'an together, and the two are in a relationship, police initially speculated Wang may be suspected of killing his girlfriend. Returned to Xianyang to create a false impression. However, after in-depth investigation, Wang was indeed busy with affairs during his stay in Xi'an. There are several staff members who can testify for him. Therefore, his suspicion was quickly eliminated. Although Wang's suspicion was cleared, but he told the police. Revealed another key clue. Wang recalled. June 3, noon. Soon after they arrived in Xi'an, Enmei suddenly told him that she was going to meet a friend, and planned to get in the rain together to relieve the mood. It was also raining in Xianyang that day. Enmei may want to take this opportunity to relax. Also, Enmei also mentioned that this friend owed him 30,000 yuan. He intends to take this opportunity to collect the debt necessary for an appointment. We can't help but wonder about this friend's true identity, and whether he had anything to do with Enmei's disappearance. Involved. According to Wang's statement, June 3, the two said goodbye at the Silk Road Park in Xi'an. Enmei stayed there waiting for his friend. Wang left for personal reasons. Unfortunately, since that day, the two lost contact. In view of this, the scouts quickly arrived at the vicinity of the Silk Road Park, conducted detailed visits and investigations. However, after several days of hard work, they failed to find any substantive clues. This raises further questions. Today, Enmei has been missing for half a month. The situation is getting more critical. Their safety is worrying. In view of this, the criminal police quickly formed a special task force. The murder detection mechanism was activated, dedicated to the investigation of the case. Breaking work. Through an in-depth analysis of Enmei's social relationships, management and investigation, the police finally caught crucial clues. A close friend of Enmei revealed. Around May, Enmei has been to Dongnan village many times. Allegedly, there he met a decent-looking, but the economic outcome of young men. This new clue from Dongnan village brought a turning point to the case. Police investigation found the location is close to the Silk Road Park mentioned by Wang, only 500 meters away. Since Enmei had visited Dongnan village many times, meeting with the man, police speculate The friend he planned to meet before he disappeared. Maybe this is the person. With this question, the police immediately drove. Visit Dongnan village. However, the reality is disappointing. The southeast village was also in ruins at this time. Most of the area has been demolished. Only a few shops and guest houses remain. It turns out that since the beginning of the year, Dongnan village has been in a large scale under demolition. Most of the indigenous people have moved away. This will undoubtedly increase the police's investigation work. It brings huge challenges.
Facing difficulties.
The task force had to adjust its strategy. The scope of investigation expanded to Dongnan village. All villages within a 10 kilometers radius.
It's a Herculean task.
Investigators check Shuzhou households.
Don't miss any clue.
After 7 days and nights of intense work. Until the 8th day, I visited my neighbor. A driving training school nearby.
Investigation team.
Finally got a crucial piece of information. The driving school director finally revealed. Recently, 2 young male students completed the exams for Subject 1 and Subject 2. When preparing to take the 3rd subject,
but suddenly lost contact. The phone is also turned off. Unable to get in touch. Normally,
driving school students cancel the test or are absent.
Not uncommon.
However, the 7th point of this matter is that the time when the 2 students disappeared. The date coincides with Anmei's disappearance.
All occurred after June 3rd. This coincidence,
in the context of 6 Chiao families and 1 school, it is particularly eye-catching. This alerted investigators. Based on this, the police initially speculated there may be some connection between these 2 incidents. Then they surrounded the 2 missing students, conducted an in-depth investigation. After careful investigation,
confirm
the 2 students are Li Weil and Li Yunlong, all in their early 20s, long-term residents in the surrounding area of Dongnan village. Even though they have no news, and the communication method cannot be connected.
But the police,
with the registration information left by the 2 at the driving school, successfully traced their registered residence. Chonggu County, Xianyang City.
No time to lose.
The reconnaissance team immediately drove to the place. Through a series of visits and investigations,
the police learned
Li Weil and Li Yunlong grew up together since childhood. But I left the village after graduating from junior high school. Wandering around, the villagers had no idea where they were going.
At this moment,
Chonggu County Police sent an important notice. Li Yunlong, one of the suspects, robbery has been Sichuan County arrested. After hearing the news, the scouts immediately set off for Gansu. Originally 5 days ago, Li Yunlong plans to implementation together a major robbery targeting the richest man in the area. To this end, he purchased a large number of tools for committing crimes and secretly hid in a haystack of a villager's house. However, on the eve of the action, Li Yunlong discovered the hidden backpack disappeared. He suspected that it was stolen by that villager. So I went to ask. After confirming that the backpack was lost, he was extremely anxious, because all the items needed to commit the crime were in the bag.
In a hurry,
he came across a family on the roadside, asking if the person can pick up the backpack. The other party responded that I accidentally found a backpack claimed by a Yiwu person. The villagers will then. Shirta's backpack was returned to Li Yunlong. Everyone thought the incident would end. However, Li Yunlong was impulsive. Unfounded suspicion that villagers deliberately stole his property. This immediately sparked a fierce dispute between the 2 sides. The villagers could no longer bear it. Finally chose to call the police. The police arrived at the scene quickly. Immediately implemented control measures on Li Yunlong. Gloves were found in his car. Various criminal tools including ropes and other tools. And a detailed criminal planning document. After fully understanding the ins and outs of the incident, the law enforcement officers at the scene were all very surprised. They have seen many robberies, but criminals who expose themselves voluntarily like this.
But it's unprecedented. Then,
the police put gloves on Li Yunlong on the spot, and escorted him to the police station. Later, with the assistance of the Jingchuan County Police, Xianyang Chindu Police investigate Li Yunlong. The interrogation began. However, when faced with the disappearance of Anmei, Li Yunlong remained silent and resolute, unwilling to disclose any information. He only admitted that he had committed crimes such as robbery in the rice field, and mentioned illegal activities such as swiping black cards online. But he was not aware of or was involved in the murder. No mention of kidnapping or other charges. In view of Li Yunlong's uncooperative attitude, police adjust strategy. Then he asked about his accomplice Li Weiler. Unexpectedly, Li Yunlong did not hesitate, gave out all the information about Li Weil, and revealed his hiding place in Xianyang City, Guangdong Province. Time is of the essence. The investigators immediately set out for Huizhou. With the close cooperation of the local police, Li Weil's whereabouts were quickly tracked down. It turned out that after committing the crime in Xi'an, Li Weil fled all the way to Huizhou, and has been hiding in a remote area in Huiyang district, in a small hotel far away. July 15, 2015. After careful planning, the arrest operation was carried out as planned. All the best. However, Li Weil still stubbornly resisted after being arrested. Not guilty. But he never expected. His good friend Li Yunlong. All his crimes have been brought to justice. Faced with the overwhelming evidence provided by my friends, Li Weil's psychological defenses collapsed instantly. Finally admitted to the crime of killing An Meili. So what is the specific course of this case? What exactly is it like? Returned to hostel until 3 months ago. Li Weil and Li Yunlong reunited in Xianyang. The two of them raised all their money for tuition, entering the driving school. However, their purpose of learning to drive is extremely sinister. It was to carry out vehicle robbery. Upon successful completion of Subject 1, after studying Subject 2, the two began to plot, intent to rob a private car, as their tool of crime. One day 2 months ago, the two stopped a ride-hailing car on the roadside. When the vehicle is moving, gas station drivers should be thirsty. When getting off the bus to buy drinks, Li Yunlong seized the opportunity and quickly rushed into the cab. He stepped on the accelerator and drove away from the scene. When the driver returns, the vehicle and the two people disappeared without a trace. This success made them taste the sweetness. After having the tools to escape, the two decided to plan a bigger crime. Initially they targeted, locked in on some local bosses, intent on robbing money for squandering. However, due to my lack of experience, they worry that rash action will backfire. So for the sake of caution, the two decided to turn their target to the acquaintances around them. At this time, Li Weil remembered An Meili, whom I met at an entertainment venue. In his eyes, An Meili works hard, working almost all day. This made him think that he might have some savings. In the next month, Li Weil began to contact An Meili frequently, to gain his trust. In this process, he also borrowed 30,000 yuan from An Meili. This is actually part of their plan. Time flies and it is June 3rd. Li Weil said that he was in a bad mood. Invite An Meili to come out for a chat. At first, An Meili was a little hesitant. But when Li Weil mentioned that he was going to return the 30,000 yuan, he was shaken. After dressing up carefully, I went to the sideline. However, as soon as the two sides met, Li Weil and Li Yunlong quickly control An Meili. He was taken to an abandoned house. There, they looted all of An Meili's belongings, including more than 800,000 yuan in bank cards. After they succeeded, the two of them also carried out extremely cruel sexual acts. Even more outrageous is, they then took out a rope. They began to take turns attacking the victim, implementing police containment. This process lasted about 20 seconds. During this time, my body tensed up with fear. Then I motioned for Li Lele to enter the room. I waited for about 2 minutes. Then teacher Li called me in. After entering the room, I found the victim's head was dislocated. I gently opened it with my hands. After careful observation, confirm, he has no signs of life. That's all. Under the repeated torture of the two murderers, An Meili breathes quickly. To cover up his crimes, the two men took the body, transported to a deep mountain in the northwest for burial. This process lasted for nearly 2 months, until the police dug it out. The case was finally solved. In the end, Li Weil and Li Yunlong, all were convicted of intentional homicide. Robbery and rape were sentenced to death according to law.